All right, I think we are live now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. It is Thursday, October 1st, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, well, 9:01, 2020. New month. Finally, September is over. Thanks again for joining me in the morning note. We do this every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the bottom right-hand corner. There's a little icon or their logo on it. Like, subscribe, and comment to our videos. Really do appreciate that so we can get you more content as always. So let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Dow futures are up 171, pulling back a little bit from the overnight highs of about 220. Nasdaq up 1.32%, outperforming. Amazon was price upgraded, so that's boosting the Nasdaq. S&P up 0.75% at 3377. Russell 2000 index up 0.76%. In the future side, crude oil futures are down 2%. Bitcoin futures are up 2% on hovering around that 11,000 level. Gold is up 0.85%, 1911. Silver up 1.5%, 2384. Euro dollar for my Forex people up 38 pips, 11759. 105.57 on the dollar yen, up 12 pips. And the dollar is down 0.27% at 93.63, with the VIX down nearly 2% at 25.85. All right, so some news and headlines that we got going on. So it looks like stimulus could be coming a little closer. Yesterday, I talked about on the recap that the headline from Mitch McConnell, Senate Majority Leader, saying that they're far apart, even though now Mnuchin is saying they're getting close, and the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, and Steve Mnuchin have agreed to direct payments to Americans for another stimulus. The question is, they'll approve that and the amount. I believe it's 1,800 each. The question is the rest of it. So we're just still waiting on that detail. So the market is cheering that. Also, the Senate did pass a stopgap funding bill, so government will still continue to run at least until December. So we are now officially in the last quarter of 2020. Third quarter was a good one, obviously, but September was a tough one. So a couple of things I do want to talk about before we get into it. Let me go ahead and bring up here a couple of stats. All right, first one. What happened to the S&P 500 when the usually weak third quarter is up more than 7.5%, which we were? Well, Q4 has gained every single time, up 11 for 11 with an average gain of 7.3%. We were up 8.5% for the third quarter. That's awesome. And like I said, the analog, 2009. Guess what? Q3 was green, 15%. 2009. We are closer to 2009 than we are to 1999. I've been saying it. We are now in the beginning of a new bull market. 2009 analog. You can record this, you can take a picture of it, you can use it on your phone, and if I'm wrong, you can make fun of me, but I'm telling you, if you're not long stocks for at least the next 3 years, you're going to throw money away. And I'm going to show you another headline there as well. So 8.5% to the upside. What are we going to get in the fourth quarter? 11 of 11. We've been green. Average gain 7.3%. The median gain 8.2%. Let's say if we just made another 7.3%, where would that be for us in the S&P? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and do the math just on it real quick. We closed on S&P at 3363, 7.3% gain of 3363 on the S&P would give us another 245 points. So let me get my trusty calculator. Of course, I need a little light. 3363 plus 7.3% on average, 245 points. We will be at 3608. Will 3608 get us to all-time highs? Well, let's go ahead and take a look here on E-mini futures. Would that be correct? 3608 will get us to all-time highs. So, based on the average gain, we will hit all-time highs before the year end. 3608 is the target. That'll be my target for the end of the year based on statistics. So I do believe we will hit 3600 by the end of the quarter. So there you have it. Looking pretty good. All right, so with that being said, there's a little more things I want to kind of speak of real quick. You saw that. If you want to take a look at that, I did retweet that and I did put that on Instagram. Let's see what else we got here. There's another one here. Since 2000, the Dow has averaged annualized 0.91% over the first 3 quarters of the year, 17.83% in Q4, Since 1946, Q4 has leads 14.71 to 4.53. Both are annualized. So, with that being said, 3608 is my target for the S&P. 3608 SPX target by end of the year. We will tap that, my opinion, obviously. That's a 7.6 gain. So that is very good to see. One other piece of note here. Price target on Amazon was upgraded to 4,500 from 39,925 from Pivotal Research. And PepsiCo also had earnings. So let's go ahead and take a look at pre-market movers, and then we'll answer some questions. Market watch. And for all those Instagram commenters that made fun of my stay bullish, how you feeling today, man? How you feeling? All right? I bet. I bet you're feeling great. Apple is up 1.6% pre-market. Tesla up 2.38% pre-market. American Airlines 1.3%. Boeing 2.81%. I had the 170 calls for this week. I already closed those for some profit. Norwegian up 2.92%, even though I put the headline that the CDC wants to dock the cruise ships, but the White House fought against that in court. Let's see, Microsoft 1.41%. Beautiful. AMD 1.41%. Beautiful. Moderna is down 1.41%. I don't own that, but I do have it in IBB. So those are some of the names that are up pre-market, which is looking very nice. So I kind of already gave you my prediction on what I think is going to happen. Again, what do you do here? Well, in order to go long the S&P, it is a good idea to wait for that 34.21 break. That'll really get us another level. Now, again, we're kind of hover here, but again, you're seeing some nice move to the upside. The first debate is over. We don't know if we're going to get another debate, but the fact is that the Nasdaq is pushing to the upside, so that's a really good sign. It's going to bring up the S&P. So again, as you know, any kind of dips, in my opinion, should be bought here, which we did recently, the recent dips. And it's a difficult one. Not everyone can buy dips. Everyone says they want to buy dips and see, when prices go lower, I'll buy, and they don't. And we stick with that in our investment group. So again, I'm staying bullish. Like I've said, we're gonna hit all-time highs by the end of the year. And if I'm wrong, so be it. But any kind of dip in the market of at least 1%, I am buying stock. If I see another little bit of a blip here and there. Again, definitely could on election night. Election night, if we get volatility, guess what? I am buying stocks for sure. Buying stocks. I'm doing the Harl icon and I'm buying stocks. So again, new month, October is starting. We have NFP on Friday, which is tomorrow. We have GDP numbers. We have one more. I don't think we have it on the Fed meeting. Maybe we do. I'll have to check. But we have earnings reports, the final earnings reports, and of course, first Tuesday of November is the presidential election. That'll be fun to watch, obviously. Betting markets say Biden will win. Again, we'll go over that in our presidential podcast. I was talking about the actual deal in regards to how it affects your money, tax plans, all the whole nine. We're going to go over that this weekend. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for the GAR Capital official podcast. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and leave it there. Let's answer some questions. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning, TCC. Good morning, Ro. DKNG, I own the stock. I'm long it. And Penn National Gaming and DKNG have been absolute winners. And they are up pre-market. But again, options-wise, I've gotten burned playing options. I love the stock. I own it long term. I haven't had a chance to buy more. So again, I'm holding where I'm at until I get a nice little dip. Baba calls. Let's see, Baba again. It's a Thursday, guys. Keep in mind it's a Thursday, so you got to be careful. It is up another $2 pre-market. I liked the 300s, but again, it is very, very risky ahead of a Friday. So start taking a look at next week. But I like it long term, obviously. Key levels for Amazon. Looking at Amazon here. Key level 32.13. Get that break, you're gonna get a breakout. Absolutely. And I love the fact that they were price upgraded today. I think it was, I forget the name, I just said it earlier. They were price upgraded by Pivotal Research. And as an Amazon shareholder, I love it. Absolutely. Netflix looking great. Again, all tech is looking great. I'm very heavy tech in my portfolio. It's at 507, up $7. 521 is your breakout level, your next level up for Netflix. Good morning, boss. You think Square could come back? I had Square with the students, and I got out of that. So again, we broke the trend of the upward wedge. Definitely, if it breaks 167.57, fine. But I got out of that thing and moved on. What are the marks of the S&P and Dow Jones combined? Forget the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is not an index to follow. It's not a good way to follow the market. It's only 30 stocks. If you're looking for the S&P, again, if you're not long the S&P now, you should be going along now, regardless of price. But again, the breakout is 34.21. I still say buy on any dip. Good morning, boss. Stay bullish. Absolutely. Does this help SpyG as well? Absolutely. SpyG will be up today very nicely with tech. Neat opinion. I got into yesterday's Tesla 450s. Tesla 450s. Next week, wait or sell. Well, they were price upgraded. So again, if you have it for next week, I'm okay with it. 435 will be your support. There is a small gap to fill. You see right there at 431. So actually 435 would be your support. If it breaks 435, I'd probably get out. It shouldn't today. You should get a continuation to the upside. You should be okay. And number two, Bible 290 calls for next week, already deep in the money, sell out open or touch 300 today. I would take the profit and move on. How do you feel about Citibank long term, or should I wait for the election dip? Banks don't expect a lot of growth. If you're buying banks, it's for the simple reason that you want dividends. That's all you want. Citibank has the best dividend among the banks, so I'm okay with that. I only like three banks here, and I only own one of them: JP Morgan, Citibank, Goldman Sachs. But you're doing it straight for the dividend. That's it. Don't expect growth. Don't expect anything wild. I think, in my opinion, banks are not a smart play in this market environment. I think there's better opportunities out there for more growth. JD October 30th, 74 call. I can't see the volume because the market's not open, but a 74 call is already deep in the money. So I would not play a deep in the money call. DKNG breaks 59, 45, will touch 62, play 62 calls. I am not playing any more of DKNG. It screws me when it comes to options volume, and already it's near 62. So I would skip it. What are you looking at today? I'm definitely looking at SPY. I'm looking at IWM. I'm definitely looking at QQQ, and I'm definitely looking at Apple. Apple is on the move. I need a little more, obviously. 119.38 would be a nice level to break. I probably target the 120s if we get some movement. Until then, Lulu or Nike long term? Lulu will give me the best growth for sure, but I love Nike as well. Nike has been absolutely great. Problem is that Nike is expensive in regards to what you get. Price to sales. Their sales have actually gone down, but the stock has gone up. So I think Lulu is a better play than Nike. ZTS long term. I have no idea what ZTS is. So I can only give you the chart. The chart's looking like a nice break, but it came back down. So I can't give you an educated decision on ZTS. Walmart entry 140, play for 142 next week. 142s. Ooh. Actually, I think it needs to break 142 in order to get in. Then I target the 145s. Uh, NVIDIA over 555 to 560 over that possible 170. I think NVIDIA has a lot more room to go. The problem is with NVIDIA is that it's so damn expensive. I believe that yesterday there was some volume buying on the 550s. Those guys are going to get paid out today as we're near 550. And I think that if you do break 550, you should be able to target or right around 585, and that'd be a more prudent play. But they're just very expensive, guys. Just understand that. AMD looking to break out with TSM. AMD and the chips, again, I love me some AMD. 83.53. That's what I need. 83.53. You break that right over here, then we can start looking for more upside. ZM hour flag yesterday, possible continuation today, high of the day. Well, that is not exactly a flag. You need a little more. For me, the line in the sand has always been 500 for Zoom. If you break 500, then you can start targeting 525, maybe 520. But until then, 500 is really that number that you need to be getting in order to that. SPY WM call option positive today? Absolutely. Look and see the futures here. We should get some continuation to the upside. I think SPY will hit. I think IWM will hit. And if not, we have NFP tomorrow. And we had some pretty good numbers um, in regards to employment and especially private employment yesterday. So again, I'm expecting a positive NFP report. I'm expecting a positive gain in the market. I think we end the week very positive, and I think IWM and SPY hit, and we'd be set. DKNG, I've already talked about DKNG. I love the stock long term. I own it. The problem is I would not trade options on it. So there you go. I look at BA. Jim Cramer was very bullish on BA. I own BA, of course. I bought it on dips, and I think that 183 is definitely in the crosshairs. So keep a look at that. If we break the recent highs of around 171, I would say 173 for next week, 183 for next week, or 180s for next week is definitely in the cards. Take a look at that. Thank you for that pattern correction. It wasn't a flag. It looked like a long flag, but wasn't sure. No sweat, MD. No sweat. All right, guys. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to catch up with my guys. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Thursday. We survived September. We are on to October. Stay bullish for the third, fourth quarter. I'm telling you guys, I'm rocking with it. I'm still long stocks as always. I don't sell any stocks. I didn't sell anything during this period. I was just trading options and futures. So again, my updated price target on the S&P by the end of the year, 3608. You can write that down. You can tattoo it on your forehead. You can put it on a piece of paper. 3608 on the S&P. You watch by the end of the quarter. If we stick to that 7.6% average gain after the quarter three, let's go ahead and get it. So 3608. Keep an eye on it. Obviously, use proper risk management. As always, be smart, stay vigilant, and we'll catch you guys soon. GARCapitalFX.com. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Enjoy.